Welcome back. We are going to talk about making the Rosary quiet book today, and there's a list of supplies and the directions, but the first things you're going to need to put this together are, of course, the printed pattern. There's going to be 21 pages to print. Each decade of the Rosary has its own page, and then there's a page for universal pieces and a page for the cover. Actually, so that's 22 pages. I'm going to show you the first step, which is cutting out all the pieces of felt, which is by far the most work that you'll have to do for the book. So there's a little trick to cut out detailed pieces of felt. We're going to work on the second glorious mystery, which is the Ascension. And what you're going to need to do for this is you're going to need just a really standard craft felt that you can get at any craft store. I got mine at Walmart. It comes in a pack. This is 2 examples. You can see it's kind of shiny. It's actually plastic, so don't heat it. And it's not as nice as wool felt, but it's much cheaper and much easier to get if you don't live in a bigger city. So the first thing you're going to do is print out your pattern on a standard copier paper. You need a nice sharp pair of scissors, otherwise you're going to go crazy. You can get a nice pair for just $8 though, so it's not that expensive. First thing you want to do is take your paper pattern and actually cut out the piece that you're going to be doing. I'm doing the hardest piece that I make you cut out for the Rosary Quiet Book, which is Jesus's beard and hair kind of combo. So I cut it out. Hopefully you can see that. And in this piece I darkened where his eyes and nose would be and then where his mouth is, because those are pieces that we're going to cut out. So I'm just going to punch my scissor in and cut out this darkened place where his eyes and nose would be in the hair beard combo piece. Hopefully you can see this. So I'm just cutting it out. I'm not going to worry about cutting out the mouthpiece because mine's not going to be perfect. I don't do anything perfect. So now that I've had that cut out, now I grab the felt that I'm going to cut it out of, and I'm going to cut it out of just a standard brown piece that comes in a pack of felt from Walmart. And what you do is you put it on your piece of felt and you roughly cut a square about that size. Then you grab your clear tape. You can use any kind of tape. I use Scotch tape because it's cheap and it's easier to use than a big piece of packing tape. And you cover it. You tape far across both sides so that, and for this one it's important that you tape through the center too. So this will hold your pattern perfectly in place, so you can cut out a really detailed piece. If you were to use straight pins as you would use in a larger sewing project, it would be bubbled and it wouldn't come out as nice. So Scotch tape is a kind of easy workaround. Then you just take your sharp scissors and you cut through both the tape and the felt. For this piece, it's the only piece you have to cut out a centerpiece for a little hole in the middle. Do the outside first, fold it in half, and do the inside piece where the eyes and nose would be. Just kind of cut around it. So you're going to cut out that little piece of felt in the middle. And again, any work with felt, any work for a kid's book, we're not going for perfect. We're going for meaningful. So then you take it off and I have my piece cut, but I don't have the mouth cut. This is too little of a piece, I thought, to cut the paper and then try to cut through. So I just do a little, I fold the bottom part in half, cut a straight piece, and then I cut kind of straight and up. So there's a little triangle opening where his mouth would be. And of course that's a little bit off center, so I'm going to make it a little bit better. But anyways, you get the basic idea. So yeah, so that's how you cut out all your pieces. The first step is to cut out all the pieces, including the big pieces of felt for the pages. I recommend that you cut your page pieces first before you move on to any of the little pieces, because you don't want to run out of big pieces of felt because you cut out a little piece in the middle. So do that. I'll go through how to make each and every page, but I'm going to start with all the pieces cut, and I'll just be assembling. You're going to need a couple of other supplies, but they're pretty minimal. The big thing is just to get a lot of pieces of felt, sharp scissors and tape, and start cutting out your pieces. Alright, that's it for now.